All right, so today we'll be continuing our discussion on safety, and specifically today we're going to talk about bullying. Bullying, many of you have seen some of the slides from this presentation before. We talked about it at the beginning of the year, but seeing as how we're halfway through the school year, starting the second semester, it'd be a good time for a refresher for talking about bullying and a little bit about it. So, again, this falls under our safety. So these are our things we're looking for everybody to do: be respectful, be organized, have a good attitude, take responsibility, and be safe. All right, so first I'll start off talking about bullying with some statistics. Each day, 160,000 students miss school because they're scared of being bullied. 77% of all public school students experience some form of bullying while they're in school, and 43% of school-age children fear bullying in the school's restroom. So and this was from the American Justice Department. A good way here, we talked in one of the other presentations about make sure you're citing your sources online. So that's where I got those statistics from. Cyberbullying, 58% of students admit to saying mean or cruel things online. 60% say that they've been the target of cyberbullying, and they also said that majority of those that have been bullied don't tell an adult about it. Those are also from the Department of Justice. Characteristics of bullying. The behavior is aggressive or malicious. It is repeated and goes on over time. So one isolated incident isn't necessarily bullying. It's still not a very nice thing to say. It still can be hurtful or offensive, but to be considered bullying, officially bullying, it happens repeatedly. It occurs interpersonal, or it's an interpersonal relationship which there's an imbalance of power. So one person is bullying another person. Different types of bullying. Obviously, we've got physical, hitting, kicking, and physical aggression. Got verbal bullying. That's continual teasing, name calling, put downs, other behavior that can basically hurt others or make them feel bad about themselves. You got emotional bullying, which can be done a lot of times through exclusion. That's starting rumors, telling others not to be friends with somebody, all those types of things that can really hurt somebody emotionally. And then cyberbullying, we talked about this briefly in the presentation on internet safety or online safety, but also we'll touch on it here as well. And basically, it's doing any of those things before that aggressive, malicious behavior, but doing so on using a computer, using Facebook, text messaging, any of those mediums that are obviously really popular. Talk just briefly about the bullying stoplight. Basically, when bullying occurs, do three things: you stop, think for a minute, and then act on how you can help resolve that issue or help make things better. Stop, and we're going to look at all these from three different perspectives. So the target, the person being targeted by bullying, the person doing the bullying, and then somebody as a bystander. Because a lot of times, whereas many of us, many students aren't necessarily the target of bullying, a vast majority of students at some point in their school career will be bystanders, and we'll see stuff from the side, see bullying going on. The target, if you're being bullied, identify the behavior. Does it qualify as bullying? Is it aggressive, repeated? Is there an imbalance of power? If you're the bully, a lot of times people say things that come construed as bullying from the target perspective, but the bully doesn't realize that what they're saying. They think they might be joking around or having fun, but the target's not feeling that way. And from a bystander perspective, observe, identify as a bullying, and is it, kind of where does it fall on that line? The second thing, we want you to think. If you're the target, what strategies can you try? What options do you have? Is there an adult that you can talk with? And obviously here at school, you have a lot of adults. You might have teachers, administrators, other staff members that you feel comfortable talking to about bullying. So you have a lot of options. If you're the bully, think about your actions. Think about, what's the purpose of, why am I giving this person a hard time? Why am I picking on this person? Why am I saying mean things about this person? And if you're a bystander, think about how can you help? How can you help make a difference because for the target? A lot of times that bully might be somebody that you're friends with. So maybe you can go up and talk to them and try to understand what's going on. And then what strategies can you offer to the target? What can you do to help them kind of work through this tough situation? The third thing then, act. If you're the target, you want to try the different strategies out, you want to tell an adult, you can make an anonymous referral online, and at the end of this video I'll show you exactly what that looks like. If you're the bully, how can you change your actions, change your behavior, do the right thing, treat all people with respect. That's obviously one of the big things. We want everybody to be respectful of one another. If you're a bystander, reach out for the target, tell the bully to stop, encourage the target to take action. Obviously, a proper action, not physical violence or anything like that. Proper action, and then also make an anonymous referral, which, like I said, I'll get to here in a minute. And then, what do you do if bullying occurs? Stop. Think about what your options are, and then ultimately act. And then, whether that's telling an adult, trying to do some peer counseling, helping those people out. All right, I wanted to go touch base just a minute here on. So, we just touch a minute on how you go about making a referral. This is the school's webpage. On the bottom here, you can see the Stop Bullying Now. It's right there. You just click on that link. So, I'll show you what that looks like. Just pull this up into view. All right, so there's the webpage with Mr. Dunshee on it. Here's our, okay, Stop Bullying Now. All right, it gives you just the definition of bullying, what you need to do. Next, so just ask you for, are you a student guardian? This is all optional information. You don't need to leave your name if you don't want to. And then how can they contact you if they need to follow up with you? Okay. All right, so now you click the next button here. All right, so the victim information, who's being bullied, who's the target. If anybody else include everybody else who's being targeted. Okay, and then where did it happen? So you might put, on school property, on the bus, on the way to the bus. So all those options. The date when it happened, just type in the month, day, and year. And then, has this incident been reported to anyone yet? Tell you who you told. If not, you can say no. And then enter the approximate time. So, again, does this happen in the morning, in the afternoon, whatever. And then, were there any other witnesses? And you're done. So it's as simple as that. Oh, there we are. So you can see in just a few minutes you can actually do that. And it's something that could just take you a few minutes. You can do it online. You can do it on your phone. Just go to the school's website. And then that comes to myself, Miss Outcow, Mr. Dunshee, and Mr. Smith, and then we'll follow up and take the appropriate action. Like I said, you can do that anonymously if you don't feel comfortable talking to an adult about the bullying situation. So hopefully this will give you some good ideas on if you see bullying or if you're being bullied, some things you can do to kind of help yourself out, and hopefully we can resolve that situation and put an end to it. Parents and other adults can obviously make an anonymous referral, or they're obviously welcome to call or email administrators, teachers, let us know what's going on. Once we know what's going on, then we'll do our best to handle and help out the situation. But there's a lot you can do as students to help prevent bullying. And the number one thing is make sure you're being respectful and being safe yourself, and you and your friends, and then also take the appropriate action when necessary. So if you have any questions, feel free to talk to your teachers about it, come talk to the administrators about it, and hopefully this will help you out. So thanks for listening, and